Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. And good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show. We are live from our studios in Eden Prairie, complete with fake applause and all. I'm Jason Matheson. Happy Friday to all of you. Happy second day of the State Fair Food Parade. That's right. We're going to carve her out of butter a little bit later. Please welcome Shane Wells, filling in for Kendall. Good morning. You didn't know about that?
Dreams do come true.
Surprise. That's your surprise for your final day.
That would actually be
Yeah.
like the most fantastic day ever.
I gotta say, I miss my Kindle, and I'll say this again before we wrap up. It has been a delight to have you back. We had fun together, didn't we?
It's been years having fun together. Yeah, no, it's been good to be back, and it's fun because you just step right in, and it's like you never left, and that's how you know you're a good friend. So.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been great having you. But the carving butter thing, the one thing, and maybe we'll play it. Jeff knows what I'm gonna. Let me just tell you this: executive producer Jeff. Predicts, he scares the crew because he'll predict what I'm going to, that's how long we've worked together. He predicts what I'm going to say. He's telling the crew right now that I'm getting ready to tell you one of my all-time favorite fair memories. And remember, starting next week, thanks to a suggestion from one of you, we're going to be reliving some of our fair memories. My all-time favorite, Meg Ryan, being obsessed with Princess K of the Milky Way.
She couldn't let it go. What was she supposed to be talking about? What movie?
Oh, Leopold.
Do you even know?
Kate and Leopold with Meg Ryan.
Okay.
So I interviewed her at one of those junkets that Shane and I used to go to when we were, youth, when we used to do that. And I wanted to talk about the movie. And, they always tell the star where you're from when the correspondent walks in. So they're like, some guy smoking a cigarette, and some crew guy goes, here comes Jason from Minneapolis. And so I walk in, and she was Minneapolis. She was Minnesota. She was, may I ask you about your state fair? And I'm looking at Meg like, you can ask me anything,
Sure.
And she started talking about the Princess K of the Milky Way. And she was obsessed. She couldn't wrap her brain around the process. She couldn't figure out how they carve her. Do they have to sit her in a freezer? And I said, yes. And then the producer is yelling at me to talk about the movie. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't stop Meg Ryan if she wants to talk about our Butter Princess. We're going to let her talk about the Butter Princess.
So she ended up interviewing you.
Basically.
That's
her
the best.
Her and Robin Williams are the two that did that. I interviewed Robin right before he passed, not right before, but one of his last movies in the Night at the Museum franchise.
Yeah. Yep.
And we were in Washington, D.C. at the Smithsonian. And the same thing, they announced where you're from. And they put Robin with Luke Wilson, who was also in the movie. They had them together. So I got ready to walk up, and the guy goes, okay, Robin, Luke, it's Jason from Minneapolis. And Robin stands up, he goes, Minneapolis, home of Prince. And he starts going on this riff and imitating Prince. And 5 minutes later, he was done and my interview was over. I said nothing. I didn't get one question. It was Robin
He probably enjoyed that more than any of the interviews of the day.
We played more of that soundbite than we would have had he just promoted the movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was one of the great. It's Robin Williams, so it's one of my all-time favorite interviews. Okay, like I said, we have a great show. Leslee Miller is coming up with great Minnesota wines. Plus, we have staff show and tell. We're going to be pulling odd things out of our desks, our homes, our drawers, showing pictures. We don't know what Jeff has. That's coming up a little bit later. But right now, let's get started. Time for the hot dish. Let's go. Okay, this is a good one. We're going to start with one of our favorite shows. We're getting our first look, friends, at the upcoming season of The Crown. Now, we're getting just a little flavor. This is like an appetizer. Look at this.
Something as important as the monarchy simply cannot be allowed to fail.
Yes. Yes, Queen. Yes. Literally, yes, Queen. In the new season, Gillian Anderson is going to play Margaret Thatcher. Emma Corrin is going to play Princess Diana, and it's going to drop on November 15th. This is what I'm talking about. Look, The Crown has been one of my favorites. I've been fascinated. It made me fascinated about the royals. I've said it on the show. My friend Lori Barghini from My Talk 1071 is obsessed with the royals. I'm not one of those people. This show made me interested in the royals, but this is the filet mignon. This storyline, when we're getting to the 80s and 90s with Diana, come on, let's do it. This is good.
You had to wait 4 years to get there? How long has this been on? 4 seasons?
I think 4 seasons.
4 seasons? Okay.
Yeah, but this is it. Margaret Thatcher, come on.
Can you sell me? Because here's what happened the first time I watched.
Yep.
I had episode 1 on, and I was watching, and then pretty soon
You're doing that?
And then I'm like, oh gosh, should I rewatch that? And then pretty soon I was back in here again.
Okay.
It didn't grab me.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Just like you told me about Selling Sunset, how it takes a little while. It's a slow-paced show. You got to get to like episode 3 or 4 of The Crown.
And then you're in?
You're in.
Okay.
Because you are fascinated with the mental gymnastics that it takes to be the queen or to be a member of the royal family. You feel empathy for them. And and you walk in going, why would anybody feel sorry for someone living in a castle?
Right.
But you do, because you realize the monarchy and the crown is almost like a cage for the queen. She didn't want it, and now she has it. And her sister, Margaret, is my favorite character. There's a jealousy. The queen kind of wants to have Margaret's life. Margaret kind of wants to be the queen.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Okay. And Philip, you kind of feel sorry for Philip. I didn't even know anything about it. It's so good. Okay. So The Crown, the new season drops in November. Let's move on. I just mentioned it, the stars of Selling Sunset on Netflix. They're defending the show after Chrissy Teigen claimed that her real estate agent has never met anybody on that show. Chrishell, Heather, Mary, Maya, and Davina all spoke out publicly yesterday, saying they are, in fact, licensed realtors and do sell houses. Maya said she sold a house on the same street, actually, that Chrissy and John Legend live on. Jason Oppenheim, who runs the business with his twin brother, confirmed they are all licensed realtors. Well, Chrissy backed off her criticism, saying she drives by their office every day and is an open house nut. Yeah. But, okay, let's be real. They can all have licenses. We could go get, I don't want to trivialize. Let me just say this carefully. We could go to school and we could become a realtor ourselves.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that the show that they're on isn't fake, though. That's my point.
Or that maybe some of the homes aren't really homes they're selling, but they have something really unique that viewers will like. So I get that. But I also think Chrissy is the queen of just like word vomit.
Yep.
And puts it on Twitter and then always has to walk it back.
Yeah. And it doesn't take away from it doesn't take away from my enjoyment of the show.
We know we're watching reality TV.
Yeah, it's just like Housewives of New York, which, by the way, the Countess has a new song and it's fantastic. Anyway, Viva La Diva. It's really not fantastic, but it's so bad that it's good.
Just the name.
Viva La Diva. Yeah. But anyway, I watch Housewives. I know that's not real, but right now, when we're worried about fire tornadoes and murder hornets and locusts and plague, this is good escape. I don't care if it's written a little bit.
It is such soapy fun.
Yeah. Speaking of Chrissy, she and John Legend are expecting baby number 3, and apparently, they need more room. So they guys, it's like a studio apartment up in there. They're selling their $24 million Beverly Hills mansion. This home, this very tiny home for 2.
Poor Chrissy.
Let me look at it. Oh, look, it looks like the IKEA in Bloomington. The home has 7 bedrooms and a mere 8,500 square feet. The couple had planned to stay in that home indefinitely, but that was when they thought they'd remain a family of 4.
Stop.
John said, and this is real,
no.
John said, they just need more space.
Is there a boo button we can hit? Can you?
No, Jeff only literally, we only have one button, and it's the applause. That's it, Jeff. We don't have a boo button. Yeah.
I mean, we have a family of 4 in a 1,900 square foot home. We're doing just fine. We actually have an extra bedroom if there was a third. There won't be.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, live, learn, know your place.
I love how you had to put that in there. You didn't want that
I
in the
said third,
universe.
and I didn't. Yeah, no. Like my mom's watching, and she'd. What? A basement?
Yeah.
No.
No. And I don't even know what the square footage of my condo is, but we're doing just fine. We have the 2 dogs.
Yep.
You know, it's just two gays and 2 dogs. I mean, that's
That's a show.
It's a new show
That's
on
a show.
It's a new show on VH1.
I watch it.
2 gays, 2 dogs.
Yeah.
Coming to Bravo this fall. Next in the dish, Ellen has been doing damage control lately. Really? And someone on the inside really, really wants the public to know that the show is making changes, everyone, following the allegations of a toxic workplace. Here's the deal. The show has added some new perks for staffers. Here's some of them. They're now going to get 5 paid days off. They're going to get their birthdays off and paid time for doctor's appointments and family matters. 3 top producers were fired. You guys know this by now after an investigation. Ellen addressed the staff in a Zoom call, and apparently the mood is shifting. According to people that were there, Ellen cried. She showed a lot of contrition. She showed a lot of sympathy and regret. When Dax was on yesterday and he talked about how Kelly Osbourne talked about forgiveness, that really struck me. I mean, my job here is to make snarky comments about pop culture, and I do that. But I'm serious. I thought about that a couple times yesterday. You know, inevitably I'm gonna mess up. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say something stupid. I'm gonna rob a convenience store or something, and I'm gonna need. I don't know.
I hope you don't.
Out of all the crimes, I just pulled that out. But I'm saying, but eventually, we all trip. We all trip on something, and I would hope that there would be a second chance for everybody. And, Ellen's done a lot. I can't think of another scandal that she's been involved in. I hope that people give her a second chance. I changed my tune yesterday when I heard Kelly Osbourne talk about how quick we are just to dispose of somebody.
It is a little tough right now. You can't get away with anything, and people cannot wait to cancel you. And I can't wait till the cancel thing is not a term anymore, because I'm already overhearing about it. Yeah. The cancel culture.
Yeah, I don't know. You wait. Not everybody deserves it, but she's done enough good where I think people should give her and the show maybe another chance. We'll see.
That first episode will be big when she comes back.
And then let's talk to the staff at the end of the season. Right. Is it all lip service more than these perks and a free pizza party Friday? Let's talk to them at the end of the season. Has the culture changed? Because that's what's important. Yep. Still ahead, everybody. We're doing a live staff Zoom show and tell meeting. We're going to pull weird stuff out of our desk. But next, Oprah's opening up about the future of the Oprah magazine, why she says they're ending the print edition. And then, one of our State Fair regulars is back. Leslee Miller will join us to pair Minnesota wines with food on a stick. We'll be back right after this.
But here's the thing, I've noticed that when you upload a photo to Instagram, the photo gets cropped. But Instagram's been so happy with how I've revolutionized their platform, they've actually given me tons of users' photos before they got cropped. Like this one here, this one's of the Biebers, and it's a lovely picture of Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber, they're hanging out in the road. I thought, oh, that's adorable. Then I saw the whole thing. It's not cool, guys. Here's one from LeBron James. Look at him flexing here. I was very impressed with how well LeBron has been able to stay in shape during lockdown. Then I saw the whole thing, neglected the legs. And let that be a lesson. You cannot neglect leg day. From Rihanna, this is Rihanna on the cover of Harper's Bazaar wearing a stunning coat. I saw the coat, I thought, I wonder what, the way you do, I saw the coat, I wonder what material that is. It looks familiar to me. Then I saw the whole thing. Knew it. Knew it.
James Corden looking at celebrities' Instagram. The whole story. Looking at LeBron there, Shane, I'm seriously contemplating getting a tattoo.
What would you get?
And Jeff just kind of... We were going to get one together, a joint one.
Cute.
Not the same thing. Yeah, Jeff and I were going to get little matching
butterflies. You get Jeff's
butterflies.
head and he gets your head.
We were going to get little matching butterflies on our shoulder.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking about sincerely getting the South Fork Ranch logo right here.
Can I sway you in the other direction. Not the other arm.
Oh my! Hold on a minute. Did
I get canceled?
Hold on a minute.
That's quick.
I'm gonna just see where Kendall is right now. Just so that
she's on a boat on a lake and does not want anything to do with your sex.
Is she on a lake right now?
She sure is.
She is right now?
Yeah,
at this moment?
Probably.
Oh, she's on. I was gonna call her. But, okay. You want to sway me and put it on the other shoulder?
Not quite. I'm thinking more like not on your body. Like maybe get like an artist rendering for your walls.
Well, I already have that, but I was just a little bitty one. My cousin Randy.
A tiny self-work?
A little tiny, just a little bitty one.
You gotta get a microscope?
Yeah, I don't want to look like LeBron. I don't want, but my cousin Randy's a great tattoo artist. And I thought about supporting him and going down there, getting a little South Fork. Do you have
like you just got branded.
I thought you had a tattoo.
Oh, no.
Oh. Sorry I asked.
My mom would disown me, Jason.
Okay, yeah.
She's watching right now.
Okay. I think we should go get tattoos together. Next, more late night. Fred Armisen was on with Fallon last night, and the former SNL cast member has perfected his Zoom impressions. Look.
A guy who is pretending to listen, but you can tell in his face expression that he's only concerned with his look that he's listening. So it's kind of like, and then I have this one which is like when there's like a work meeting, a work Zoom meeting, and the person sort of like leading the meeting has a tone. I think people have a tone where they're excited, but they don't let the volume go up. So they're like, we're really excited, and we're all, this is unprecedented. The team has found. I don't know if you've experienced this kind of Zoom call, but I've seen a lot of people ironically talk about the art behind them, like there's someone else's house, and they're like, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know what this is, like sort of Miami Vice, like nightmare dolphin. There's like a purple whale, but I don't even know.
That is a good thing, seeing people's surroundings. That's the only good thing about Zoom meetings. Fred has a movie out on Netflix later this month that's called All Together Now. My favorite thing, remember I told you about a Zoom meeting that we had, a whole staff Zoom meeting? Like everybody was there. It looked like the Brady Bunch times 4, you know? And we're all there. And one of my favorite things to do is to make we have the big boss. That's her name is Sheila. I talk about her all the time. Then we have the big boss, our direct one, Mim. And then we have little bitty boss, Jeff. We have itty bitty.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, there's.
I would change how you describe him.
Okay, we have Jeff. And then we have Mim. So Mim, I love to make her laugh. And she calls me Jack. So we're on the Zoom call, and Mim is in the box at the top. And a coworker had popped up that I hadn't seen in a while and had a new look. And I am and just to make Mim laugh, I am texting her funny GIFs just to watch her. And all of a sudden, I sent one GIF that I knew was funny. She turned her camera off. She went bloop and went to audio only. And I'm like, Jack for the win. I win. I win the Zoom meeting. Next in the dish, Oprah Winfrey opened up about her magazine, which announced it would end its monthly print edition. So is it really ending, or is it evolving? Look what she told fans.
So there's been a lot of chatter and a lot of speculation about, the magazine ending. I want you to know it's not ending, it's evolving. Because after 20 years of covers, I think it's time. And I also think it's a good thing, because none of us were meant to stay the same. We evolve with the time. So, yes.
We are evolving. We want to make. Oh, hello, the weather forecast is going to be sunny and 78. We have made a commitment to you. If this show is ever canceled, and after that crack at my boss, Mim, we could be canceled tomorrow. But if we're ever canceled, we promise you, we won't ever tell you the show is evolving. We'll just tell you we've been canned. We've been canned. Stay tuned for Sanford and Son reruns.
Who?
Who? Yeah.
It's just kind of like the terms on conscious uncoupling and the entanglement. I love the new way to describe something that isn't really what it is.
Well, the OM magazine will end its monthly print editions at the end of the year, and they're going to focus on digital in 2021. She said they're cooking up some big ideas, and we'll let everyone know what those ideas are when they're ready to share more. What that means is they haven't had the meetings yet.
To be determined.
What that means is they don't know yet.
Nope.
When somebody tells you, we got some big plans and we'll announce it soon, that means there hasn't been one meeting, one single meeting. Yeah.
But Oprah doesn't want to do Zoom meetings.
I do kind of believe her, though. I subscribe to O. And I really do. I do, of course I do. But I only read the digital edition. Because it's fun. I mean, they have like pop-up, like Oprah pops up and, you know, there's little video messages. And if you want to buy something she recommends, you press the button and you buy it from Amazon instantly. I love digital magazines. I named it the best thing ever.
I used to always get magazines, Us and People, and now you can just go to their websites and get all the stories pretty much. So.
I know. Next in the dish, checking in with the Graham friends. Jennifer Aniston posted a video last night. Like, she played pool with Courtney Cox, and she said, friends don't let friends play pool. Courtney is good, because here's the deal. Courtney's really good, and Jen is terrible. Like, terrible. The Insta video already has more than 8 million views. Are you good? Are you good at pool?
No.
No, I can't play pool. No. I'm decent. That and darts. I wish I was better at darts.
I think both these things take practice. That
they do.
We're not putting in the right hours.
No. Yeah, darts and pool, and I wish I was good at bowling. Those are the three.
Just put up gutters.
Yeah. Well, what am I?
It doesn't matter.
Four? I'm not going to put. I was in a bowling league in junior high. I really.
Oh, and you're not good? Oh.
I don't know why that's funny from the crew. I mean, it's the only sport they would let me in, and if I could have lettered in bowling, I would have, because it was we were the Strikes, the Michigan City Strikes.
Did you guys win the league?
What?
Did you win?
Next in the dish, a piece of history. No, we didn't win, Shane. We didn't win at all. A piece of history is closing up shop thanks to the pandemic. The Cheers bar in Boston announced it will close permanently. The bar is actually, you know, sometimes this isn't the case, but the bar is actually a replica of the bar that you saw on the show. It's been open for 2 decades, and the owner said they've been able to weather other downturns, but this one is different and well, insurmountable. Its final day of operation will be August 30th. Here's the problem. My buddy Alexis from the radio show used to live in Boston. She said the problem comes in where this is 100% a tourist trap, and none of the locals go there. The problem right now, there are no tourists, like zero. No one's traveling to Boston. So if you don't have locals going there, I can see. My hope, and I'm trying to be optimistic, I hope when we get safely on the other side of this and there's a resurgence in the economy and travel and tourism, somebody else buys that. I don't want that closed forever. It's a piece of pop culture history.
Or yes, can it become some kind of museum eventually? Yeah. Yes, hold on to that. There will be a time.
Yeah. Maybe the people that own South Fork, hi guys, go buy that. You already own one piece of pop culture.
Whatever, you're going to end up owning that.
Yeah, no, I'll just build my own. I'll build my own with more modern furniture. Still ahead, they've left it just how it was in the 80s. Still ahead, everybody. What do Jeff, Ted, and Shane have up their sleeves for our staff show and tell? You're going to find out. But next, we're missing the state fair this year, friends. But Leslee Miller will bring a little bit of it to life. We're pairing Minnesota wines with food on a stick. Stay right there, everybody. We'll be back on this Friday right after this. Welcome back, everyone. Well, as we've been saying, normally we'd be getting ready for the state fair, but that's not, this year it's not going to happen. So instead, we're talking virtually with some of our state fair favorites. One of them is joining us right now, here with some of her favorite Minnesota wines paired with food on a stick. Joining us is the wine diva, the chanteuse of Chardonnay, Leslee Miller. Good morning, Leslie.
Good morning, Jason. I'm missing the state fair for sure.
I know. Look at that spread. Look at that setup right there, Miss Thing. I'm loving it.
Awesome. Well, I thought that I would show off some of the wines that you would have seen at the Minnesota Wine Country building this year.
Okay, let's start. Where are we going? What's the first one?
So I kind of prepared my own food on a stick, and obviously these are kind of like, riffs off of the state fair, but maybe a little touch healthier. I made some really delicious caprese kebabs, and just really simple basil, mozzarella, tomato. What I did is I paired it to Frontenac Blanc. Now this is from St. Croix Vineyards. These guys are stellar. They're very old school, and really always make some of the most delicious wines really in the state. Frontenac Blanc tends to be a little bit rounder, kind of rich also to go along with the tomato and the basil. Really perfect for summertime enjoying.
Leslie, let me just ask you a broad question before we continue. You've tasted wines from literally all over the globe. And yes, traditionally, I think it's fair to say when people think of wine, they don't necessarily think of our region first. What are the good qualities of the grapes and the vineyards in our area?
So we really started to develop some unbelievable grapes here in the early 2000s because of the University of Minnesota and the agricultural program that they have. What's unique about our grapes is they come from an ancient grapevine called Vitis riparia. So not some of the same grapes that you're used to having, but let me tell you, over the last 20 years, the development of winemaking, wine growing has really grown. And I think some of these wines are super clean, very intense, really lovely. So that even if you are used to drinking Pinot Noir, Cabernet, Sauvignon Blanc, these are awesome grapes to kind of start to tippy toe into. That's
so good to hear. What do we have next?
Okay, so, one of my favorite things at the state fair is that giant egg roll. I think I eat at least 4 of them.
Leslie, I've never had one.
What? Oh my gosh, it's the greatest thing ever. It's so delicious. Okay. I can never stop eating it. But I made my own, and I love the white grape La Crescent. Now, La Crescent is one of the newer grapes that we've developed here at the University of Minnesota. And what I like about it is it's a little bit fresher, cleaner, but it has this beautiful floral edge to it, with lots of great kiwi notes to it, also some ripe peach. So good with Asian food just overall. So if you are looking to kind of recreate that, Jason, you just go on out and get some egg rolls and put it on a stick and
I'll do it. Leslie and I live right by each other. I'm just going to come over to your house and get some egg rolls and do it tonight.
I'll run them over.
Knock, knock, knock. Here for my egg rolls, Leslie.
I got it. A couple of other things that I love to do on the grill. I made some apple, sausages here that I grilled up and put together on a stick with some great sauteed peppers. There are some beautiful red grapes in our state as well. We have Frontenac, we have Marquette. For me, I'm constantly talking about Parley Lake. Steve Zeller, the owner, they're doing actually a really big construction project out there right now. So you need to go out there this fall and really see all these wineries. But their Marquette, I think, is probably one of the best in the state. If you like something like Cabernet, it has that big kind of toothsome sort of peppery edge that would go with something like sausages on the grill.
I was just going to ask you what, I like a good cab. What's a really good cabish thing? That would be it?
Yes, Marquette.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. What's next?
Cannon River, they've always been a star at the state fair as well. And they have such cute labels, of course. The Go-Go Red has always been popular each year. This is a little grape called Sabravois. This is something actually that was developed by a gentleman by the name of Elmer Swenson. And this is really cool because you can see the color's a little bit lighter. So if you are doing like turkey burgers or something like that on the grill, it's really fresh, like cherry popping, bright fruit that actually I enjoy a little bit chilled as well.
Is it sweet?
No, it's dry. It actually has a really crisp, clean finish.
Of course. No, please, Leslie. Please go ahead and try it. Just confirm whether or not it's sweet, Leslie. Go ahead.
It has a nice mouth-watering acidity to it, Jason.
I bet it does. Hey, now we have how many more do we have, Leslie?
Just one.
Okay, let's save that for right after the break. But I want to point out we were just talking about Fred Armisen was talking about the only good thing about Zoom calls, Zoom interviews like this, is the fact that you see where people live. And if people are noticing that beautiful, Leslee has that beautiful wine cabinet right over there. Let's take a full shot of it, Leo. Leslee, give me your best guess. How much wine are you keeping in that thing right now?
You know, I probably don't have that many. I have another couple thousand bottles over in storage.
I'm sorry, Leslee. We have a bad connection. Did you say 1,000 bottles? I'm sorry, 1,000 bottles in storage?
About 2,000 bottles in storage. Yes, Jason. I have a problem.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so you grab the egg rolls, you come over, we'll go to my storage unit, and we'll just sit there inside of a storage unit drinking wine for a week.
Egg rolls? You have 3,000 bottles. We're going to need to take over a whole Leanne Chin. Are you kidding me? Gosh. Okay, Leslee has one more recommendation plus some wine questions for the fall. Stay with us. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. 3,000 bottles she has. $3,000 bottles of wine on the wall, 3,000 bottles of wine. And anyway, we're back with wine diva Leslee Miller. Leslee, before we get to your final recommendation there, I wanted to ask you, you know this better than most. No industry has really been inoculated from the effects of COVID. How are the wineries doing in Minnesota?
You know, I think that they're, reopening, and so they're doing it at a very safe distance. You can still go out to these wonderful wineries. We have almost 80 wineries in the state, Jason. There's such an amazing scene out there. Waconia, by the way, that's where Parley Lake, is. It is, as Steph Marsh says, liquid lake out there. There's so much to enjoy just in general. But please get out there and see these guys. Of course, everybody's drinking more these days, but certainly there's a lot of really beautiful outdoor venues that you can go to for these Minnesota wineries and enjoy the wine safely.
I'm so glad that you said this because it's funny. I had dinner with people remember if they watch the show Intern Q, and Q was kind of bemoaning the fact that we don't have a lot of wine bars in the area, but we actually do. The wineries. Do we have any? I think of Bev's downtown, but is there another great spot that you love for wine?
There's quite a few places in town that I think just in general do really great wine by the glass just on their restaurant programs. I was just even at Ola Arepa for brunch a couple weeks ago, and their wines by the glass, they're awesome. And you can sit outside on their patio. You can even go to someplace like Centro. Have some chips and salsa. I know they're known for their margaritas, but they have a really delicious, very small little wines by the glass list that you can still enjoy outside. So every restaurant is doing their own thing. Yeah,
their own wine program. Okay, let's get, what's the final recommendation for Minnesota wines?
Well, I'm a sucker for angel food. And what I did with this is actually I sauteed some angel food myself. So I took an angel food cake, and then I just seared it here. And then I put mint and strawberries onto this little kebab. And then I drizzled some fresh Minnesota honey over top of it. It's the perfect summer treat. I love this because, again, you don't really have to do much to put this together. Very, very simple. And one winery that I've always had an enormous crush on is Wine Haven. These guys actually originally were bee farmers, and so they make one of the best meads, I think, in the United States, which is honey wine, also one of the oldest beverages in the world. So really delicious wines out here, but they're also really known for their fruit wines. So this one is their strawberry rhubarb wine. It's made of fresh fruit. So the pairing here is pretty much just exactly spot on. Really delicious to enjoy. Great chill on it. Sit outside, have a great cheese board, throw all these things kind of on top of your cheese board, and have your own Minnesota State Fair wine night in.
Every time I hear fruit wine, I think of Moria Rose, the great Catherine O'Hara. Is the fruit wine good? I've never had fruit wine.
Yeah. Well, there are some fake fruit wines out there where they use artificial flavors, but wineries like Winehaven, wineries like Forest Edge, it's another winery that we would have seen at the State Fair. Fresh fruit, really beautiful wines that you're like, wow, I didn't know that I could really love. And they're dry wines too. So you think of them as being kind of Jolly Rancher sweet, but they're not because they're natural sugars. So really yummy.
Well, you are natural sweetness as well. We love you. Leslee Miller, everybody. Thank you. For more information, head to amusewine.com. Herb link for her. Anyway, if you watch The Creek, you know what I'm talking about. Still ahead, everybody. It's show and tell time when we return right after this. Oh, Moria Rose. You love fruit wine as much as I do. Welcome back. Well, it really was, it turned out to be, I should say, one of the highlights of our at-home shows earlier this year. The Jason Show staff doing a little show and tell. Some of you have been sending us your show and tell. We'll be featuring those soon, so keep them coming. But today, it's time again for a staff show and tell. And this time, we're doing it live. What? Hello, stars. Joining us in our Hollywood Squares box, please welcome Shane, executive producer Jeff, and producer Ted. Let's wave to everybody. Hello. Hello. And then right here, hi Jeff.
And right am I going the right way?
We actually got it right for the first time. Anyway, okay, ladies first. That is for you, Shane.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, you're the only lady on this.
I had to look. Okay, yep, it's me.
I love that you were looking around when I said lady. Yeah.
Okay, so mine actually, I discovered. You probably don't spend a lot of time in the ladies' dressing room here at Fox 9.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll get to that later. So I was getting ready this morning, and I looked over, and I saw something very creepy. I think we have a graphic. Do you see anything you recognize there, Jason?
Is that a hand? What is that?
Jason, the hand from Halloween, was that 2 years ago or was that last year?
Oh, when you were Voldemort.
Yeah, apparently I just left it there, and so there's this creepy hand coming out from like the laundry basket.
Oh my, that's the women's dress. I am surprised that no one's been in there since probably October, but I'm surprised no one has filed a complaint.
This was October.
Oh, like Alex, nobody has noticed that there's a fake hand in there?
I'm sure they noticed, but the fact that no one did anything with it and just let it live there
is hysterical to me.
So that's mine.
Yeah, that was actually, because remember, Kendall had just started everyone, and then she was off.
She had her knee surgery.
She had a knee surgery, so you filled in on our favorite holiday.
Why was I here at Halloween? That makes so much sense.
Yeah, and Shane was the very bald Voldemort, which was very funny.
She was creepy.
She was,
well.
It was a very creepy outfit, I will say. Okay, let's go to the oldest next. Jeff, what do you have?
Oh.
Every time.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, so mine, we had Leslie Nielsen on the show, not this show, but one of the Fox 9 shows about 15 years ago before he died. Sorry.
Thank you for pointing out that for our booking department,
anyway,
we didn't book them after death. Thank you.
So one of the greatest movies ever, Airplane. I had the DVD and I brought it in, and I have his autograph. Look at that.
Jeff.
Yeah, so it's like one of my prized possessions, but I mean, I would sell it to the top bidder.
Yeah, if you want to contact Jeff. Yeah.
And then, not just that, but one of the scariest movies of all time, The Exorcist. We had Linda Blair in studio, and she signed my DVD.
What, Jeff? We know a lot about. I did not know you had these two articles. Those are really two great pieces of memorabilia.
And I actually bought these with my own money. I didn't take the free one they sometimes send you.
Well, you wouldn't be able to. Keith would have had it already. It was,
But I don't think you were here when Linda Blair was here.
No, I think that was the year, It's All Been a Dream shower scene year. I think that was the year I left Fox for a year.
You were on your walkabout in Australia.
I was. That's right. I was doing my pilgrimage. Anyway, okay, let's go to Ted. Ted, what do you have?
Okay, so a few months ago, for whatever reason, photographer Eric asked for my address.
Oh, God.
And I said,
Don't give it to him.
for
Ted,
whatever reason, I gave it to him.
why do you think producer Carl doesn't work here anymore? I mean,
So then, about a couple weeks ago, a package from Lithuania shows up.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
And I don't connect the two things, so I just think it's some, crazy ex or something. And so I open the package up in my hallway because I just don't know what's in it.
oh God,
Glitter bomb.
I'm
out-
so scared.
Turns out it's a pillow,
Oh, God.
a cat with Nicolas Cage's head on it,
What?
and
What
it's
is
from
that?
photographer Eric.
Why? Can I ask why it came from Lithuania?
It's one of those.
Oh, it's a mermaid pillow.
Oh, and it's blood red.
Oh,
Yeah, so
gosh.
you can give him a.
Ted,
Oh, no. You've been
bloody
practicing. Oh,
Ted, are you sure? Have you examined the pillow? There's nothing nefarious stuffed inside the pillow, right?
I don't think so, but Eric did confirm that he sent it to me. So
But you didn't answer. Did Eric ever tell us why did the pillow come from Lithuania?
it's Eric. He does weird things.
He's probably still locked in the basement.
how'd you figure out it was him?
I just figured, I was like, who else had my address? And then I remembered that I had given it to him at a weak moment.
Yeah, photographer Eric is our photographer. Rob is our editor. You've seen Eric on our show. We are all laughing because none of us have seen Eric since the pandemic. We think he's still in his basement. We're
The
not
stuff
quite
gets
sure.
edited, so-
He fills out his time card, so he's somewhere unless Tanya's doing it.
I have a question. Jason, do you have Ted's address?
I do not. Do you have Ted's address, Jeff?
No.
Shane, do you have Ted's address?
It's a no-go.
Well, we've never
Wow.
been
Ted
invited.
could live in the attic for
all
we
I know about Ted is the closet. Remember with the 3 shirts?
That's all. 3 little shirts. You're up to 5 now, right, Ted?
I bought a couple new ones.
There we go. Okay, mine is a little more. You guys were all funny. Mine's sentimental. So I always talk about how I was bullied a little bit, and I loved E.T. when I was a kid. It came out. Jeff and I was 8. Jeff was 9. And it was like the first movie that whatever, Jeff. It was the first movie that I remember seeing, and I fell in love with it like every kid my age.
Yeah.
Drew Barry, I was the age of Gertie. Jeff and I were the age of Gertie. So we went to Toys R Us after the movie, and they had a ton of merchandise. And I saw the E.T. lunchbox, and
That is so cool.
I wanted it, and I bought it. And my mom said, "Now, are you sure? Because kids may make fun of you." For having the E.T. lunchbox. Look at the cool thermos.
Oh, great thermos.
Great. Look at this thermos, Ted. Isn't this? Look,
Wow.
They don't make thermoses like this. Kids don't have this joy anymore. Anyway, so I went to school and I was made fun of, and I never wanted to use my E.T. lunchbox again, and I regretted it for years. Some Jason Show viewer many years ago found this on eBay, and it's from 1982, and it's not a recreation. It is the series from '82, and there it is. And I have it in my radio room, and I look at it every day. It's a prized possession. So
That's a good one to end on.
there we go. Now I put my vodka sodas in there. We're gonna thank you, Ted. Thank you, Ted.
Oh, wait.
Oh, everyone, let's hold up our show and tells. Don't forget, if you have a show and tell, email us via our Jason Show Facebook page. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this.
Oh, no one to push the button. Oh, there we go.
Ted's not the control room.
Yay, Tyler.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. I just told you, we just did our staff show and tell. We really would like to see your pictures. Maybe you have a weird hand in your dressing room, or a classic lunchbox, or an awesome piece of memorabilia. We would love to see it. You can show us by taking a picture and sending it to one of our social media accounts. It's
Sure.
Friday, I can't talk. Jason Show TV on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Thanks for the follow. We're going to take a break. We're going to wrap things up for the week right after these messages. Stay with us.
And TikTok.
Welcome back, everyone. Wrapping up the week. Again, thank you so much for watching. Before we go, we did our whole staff show. We joked that we haven't seen photographer Eric since February. I'm going to call him in his basement to see if he's still with us here. Let me see. I'm going to. I'm going to tell him he's on the air. We'll find out
Making
here.
Jeff real nervous.
I know, it's all right. I'm ready on the mute button. He's not answering.
Does this mean he's not watching the show he edits right now?
I don't think, well, I think he's this is a good sign to the bosses. He's actually working. But I did get a text from him. So I think he's fine in the basement. Yeah, he's not answering. Anyway, he's alive and well. We think. Or maybe someone else is texting for him. I don't know.
And sending out pillows.
Yeah, that's right. From Lithuania. Monday on the Jason Show, a fitness class like no other. I head to Hastings and try horse yoga.
Huh?
It's our latest fish out of water, and that's Monday on the show. Thanks, Kendall. Hashtag, that's Kendall setting that one up.
Of course, that's a good one.
Of course it is. Kendall will be back. Thank you, sweetie. It was great this week.
It's been fun.
I'll see you probably, November?
Yeah, when someone takes a vacation.
2021.
Sure.
That's going to do it for us this week. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye. We'll see you on Monday.
Bigger motions.